So, pressure. Pressure is literally defined as force per unit area. Pressure. Okay? In in chemistry we'll use a capital P. That's a capital P for pressure. Okay? So what does that mean? So if I have a pressure, let's say I have a bottle with a gas inside, okay? That means these particles are hitting the sides of the bottle. And if I were to calculate the surface area of the bottle and how hard they're pushing up against the walls of the container, I could measure a force, divide it by the area, and I would be able to come up with a pressure for it. Okay? Now, think about it right now. The air around you is pushing on your body. Okay? And we can actually say that it pushes with, I believe it's approximately 14 pounds of pressure per square inch. So for every square inch on your body, you got 14 pounds of pressure pushing on you. That's why if you watch some of the space movies and they evacuate the space shuttle to outer space, your body would explode, okay? Because your guts actually in your body has a pressure that's pushing outward with this pressure as well. But it's force per unit area. Now, with gases, we're going to measure them, and we're not going to use pounds, okay? We're going to use the basic one, which is 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere. This is what we're going to want to use, is 1 atmosphere, because the number 1 keeps things simple. However, we can also have things like 760 millimeters of mercury. Okay. Our weather station here in Texas in the United States uses inches of mercury. Okay. We can also use 760 torr, T-O-R-R. Okay. We can also have 101.3 kilopascals. Okay. Pilots in Europe and stuff will use the kilopascals because as a pilot I had to convert the atmospheric pressure, I had to convert it to inches. Okay. Which is basically like saying inches of mercury. 101.3 kilopascals. So guess what? These are all conversion factors. Unfortunately, some of our equipment that you're going to measure with is going to measure in this, which means to do our calculation you're going to have to convert it. So let's look at a couple conversions. So let's say I have, let's do one that's simple. Let's say I have 1520 millimeters of mercury and I want you to convert it to atmospheres. Okay? It's very simple. Put it on the line. You have millimeters of mercury. So what has to go on the bottom? Millimeters of mercury. Where does that number come from our conversion chart? 760 millimeters of mercury. What are we converting it to? 1 atmosphere. ATM is the abbreviation for atmosphere. Okay? And now millimeters of mercury divided by millimeters of mercury cancels to 1. 1520 times 1 divided by 760 is going to be 2. So 2 atmospheres. Pretty simple. Okay? So here's the pattern. Whatever you're given, no matter which one it is, guess what units goes on the bottom? Okay? Then from our units, what are we going to do? We're going to look at our conversion chart and we're going to pick the number, 760, and then we're going to convert it to atmospheres. Okay? So let's try one with, let's do one with torr. So let's say we have one that's measured 720 torr. I want to know how many atmospheres it is. So what I'm going to do, 720 is what I've measured and what goes on the line. Torr goes on the bottom. Notice I'm starting with the words first, just like our other stuff. Go up here, look for the number, 760. How many atmospheres? 1. Equals 720 divided by 760. Okay? Plug that in your calculator. You should get something less than 1. Let's see if I can get it real quick. Okay, 720 divide 760. 0.947, we're just going to round it to 0.95 atmospheres. Okay? Taurus cancel to 1. Okay, you have a few more of those. Just remember, whatever you start with here goes down here. Find the number. You're converting it to atmospheres. And you'll be good to go. Okay? Okay. Last one. Let's talk about volume. This should be a review. Volume. We're going to measure in liters. But we're actually going to measure it in milliliters. So how do we convert from milliliters to liters? Remember, King Henry died while drinking chocolate milk. Milliliters to liters. 1, 2, 3. Which way did we go? That way, so that's how I'm going to move the decimal. So if I measure 5 milliliters of liquid, kind of like what we did with our lab recently, I'm going to start here at my decimal and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 0.005. So 5 milliliters is equal to 0.005 liters. You're going to do this a ton because we're going to have numbers in liters when we do our calculations.